So I don't want to just bypass the Gullwing, but it's just another Gullwing. but
This was in the museum. I saw it last fall.
Right.
I mean, you lend it out quite regularly.
I do, and we drive it.
Yeah.
So basically, I think if you had the perfect car, one car,
yeah,
and you only could have one car, I don't see how you could do better than a Gullwing. The build quality, the workmanship, the rarity, the beauty. If you were Chip Foose, there's nothing you could do to this car to make it any prettier.
I drove this at the 50th anniversary of the Gullwing in Germany, right outside of Stuttgart, and it was a blast to drive.
I mean, you know, this is a 1955 car.
Right.
I mean, what more could you ask for? You know, well over 100 miles an hour, depending on how you have it geared. And, you know, it's built like a vault.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just, you know,
that
it's got
sound would win awards.
That's right. That's right. So my first old car in 1964 was a Gullwing, and I sold it to my fraternity brother, and he still has it today, just like it was. It had a Chevy engine, and I should parenthetically say that. In all fairness, as much as I love this, you put a Chevy in this thing, it really turns it into a whole different car.
I guess it would.
But I'm very happy with this. It's all stock, delivered new with Reg wheels, and so I like that.
Before we get back to this interview, I want to say that this episode is brought to you by Connected by Reynolds & Reynolds. If you want to hear great conversations and Greg Ulan going deep with guests on everything from used car acquisitions to finding your niche and selling to it, I recommend adding Connected to your podcast rotation. Now let's get back to my interview.
Let's end on these two few beauties you have here on the right.
Well, I know Alex likes the yellow one.
Well, so the yellow one is pretty special for you, I know.
Yeah, he recognized that right off the bat. So that's a Yellowbird. That's a Yellowbird is actually what they call a CTR, Group C Turbo RUF. And this is CTR 001. So this is the very first car. It went to Japan. I bought it at least 5 years ago, maybe longer. I actually bought it, was at RUF, and Alois painted it. The interior is all original. We rebuilt the engine, original engine that was in it, but it's rebuilt. And it's, you know, close to 600 horsepower, rear wheel drive.
Wow.
It's a handful.
I bet it would be a handful.
You know, I don't take it to the extreme, but I enjoy it. The car over there on the platform, Ferrari, in their studies, said that's the winningest Ferrari in their history. So what it is, basically, it won, I think, over 50 races. No, it didn't win Le Mans, Targa Florio, Mille Miglia. It ran local races in Nevada, Riverside, Santa Barbara, Avondero, Mexico. It raced at Nassau Speed Week, but it was a big-time winner. So that's a 1957 Testarossa. There's a picture on the wall with Ken Miles, you know, Ford versus Ferrari. That's him driving it.
Yes.
Next to him is Jack McAfee and Billy Krause. Von Neumann sold it. He sold it to Auto Zipper, and then Ken Miles raced it for Auto. And that's a picture from Porter Ranch, a local track.
This could easily belong in the vault of the Peterson, couldn't it?
It could.
Because of its the rare nature of it, the success that it had. You have, of course, the most rare Ferrari in that vault, the #1 Ferrari.
Right. That's not my personal car, but
the museum does.
Car. Yeah, and this is, I think, one of the most beautiful Ferraris ever built.
Absolutely.
I mean, it just doesn't, it's like the Gullwing, it just doesn't have a bad angle.
Nope.
You know, and this has got gobs of power.
Let's end on this guy tucked in the corner.
Well, this one was found in a barn in France. They wrote a book about it called Sleeping Beauties. This was the car when it was found.
Wow.
So, and it was restored by a very famous Frenchman, Jean Lecoq, and he restored it about 30 years ago. I've had it probably 20, and I drive it around town. It's not a show car. I usually take it to Pebble Beach when I'm running around Pebble Beach, you know.
Incredible. A barn find.
A barn find, yeah.
In France.
Yeah, in France. It was restored in France. But